Okay, so every low state that you are fighting is just accumulated energy waiting to be reestablished in alignment, right? So if you ignore it, you'll repeat the same reality forever. We all been, we all been lost. We all been there when you feel resistance, you feel doubt, you feel fear, you feel that low frequency states that they literally drag you down, right? So your mind screams something is wrong. You even put yourself down more. So if you try to push it away, distract yourself, we usually overthink, we conceptualize something that we identify with those things, and then they solidify even more. So somehow they always come back, right? This is the pain most people experience, and they are stuck in that perpetual cycle. They feel inferior, they tread by emotions, and they don't understand it, right? So the understanding of mechanics that I want to share today is your emotions are not random. It's literally, so your emotions are energy in motions, and they are language of the soul. So they are tangible feedback from your system pointing that your beliefs are inherently structuring your reality, right? I wanted to share good elaboration today about how actually reality works and how is it structured for you to easily conceptualize. And I wrote something very fun here that I want to share, and the way I want to share it is very simple. So your beliefs, ideas, then thoughts, feelings, actions, and reactions are what we compose of reality, right? So reality is actually just basically your beliefs. So beliefs about things, about yourself, about external reality, about internal reality. And if you don't identify those beliefs, they easily get control over you, because if you don't identify and see that you are actually holding them or not holding them, if you hold upon them, it's usually your conscious choice to hold upon it because you perceive it as something valuable, right? So if you see it something as valuable, you'll hold upon them. If you don't, there is no reason for you to hold upon those beliefs. So reality is composed of beliefs, thoughts, feelings, perspective, and self-image. How to use those things, how to get in that present and awareness state is, step one is very simple. Stop fighting it. So stop fighting those low frequency states where you feel doubt, fear, resistance, grief, anxiety, jealousy, frustration, lack of clarity, triggers. It's basically triggers, right? So sit with the feeling, let it exist. Try to go back in that I amness state. Try to not identify with those ego mind games, because more do you identify with those things, more attention you give those things, more they expand. The neuroscience also explains how you basically can hold one thought for 17 seconds. It multiplies. So that's how intention and awareness actually gets to you and expands. So by doing this, you'll re-establish your connection to your essence. Neuroscience and metaphysics meet here as well, not just esotericism or this is just basic self-development. So observing that energy without judgment allows your nervous system to reset. Stop and break that emotional loop. I'm not saying that you don't have to be emotional, indeed, but the emotional loop begins to reorganize once you apply different principles within yourself and once you perceive it differently. So solution two is inner council visualization. That's something that I learned from my coach, from my mentor, J. Chris Hugo. He brought very cool example and way for you to put yourself in a higher self state by visualizing you're sitting at a table, and a big table where you have councils. So we have to practice and use imagination. That's something that Neville Goddard, you probably follow him, calls living in the end. Bashar calls it aligning with higher self frequency, if you follow Bashar. So close your eyes and imagine a round table, big black round table. And there you will meet your higher self. So basically your ideal self, your future self, and 2 to 3 mentors. So 2 to 3 people that you look up to. Basically, they can be, I don't know, they can be, from my opinion, someone that you either are learning from someone that inspires you, sometimes that someone even familiar with you that you are in a relationship with, or something like that. Try to put yourself in the state where you are around those people, and 2 to 3 mentors that are actually someone that they have to be teachers you deeply respect. So you're basically consulting with them, and you're asking yourself, what belief am I holding upon that keeps me in this low state alive? Then you try to brainstorm those things, and maybe you can even jump in the overthinking state. But keep digging, and once you find a belief that feels unfamiliar, that feels triggering, you'll find, okay, here is it. You can also feel doubt, fear, resistance, grief, anxiety, all of those low vibration states, while actually digging and exploring those things, because you're going down in your subconscious mind and reaffirming your way of awareness when you speak, when you have that internal conversation, right? So asking yourself, what do I need to release? What do I need to accept? What do I need to shift at that consultation table? What actions aligns with my higher state? So listen to these answers, not just as fantasy. Try to, they're literally your subconscious communication, and you are making that tangible imaginary conversations with yourself also, that brings you more within yourself in terms of your intuition, which is one of the most important things that you need to know how to recognize your inner voice, your higher self voice. So that, and I mean, before that also I prefer, so meditation is something non-negotiable for me, where I just sit quietly, I breathe deeply, I follow the energy that goes through my body. I visualize myself already embodying the state that I want. I even love to speak before it or after it to raise my frequency at the moment, to come to that I amness, where nothing can bother you, don't identify with anything. Guys, this is very, very powerful. So this is metaphysical alignment, guys. It's intentionally extending your vibration. It's doing something consciously. It's also rewiring your subconscious. It's rewiring your neurobiology. It's like literally you're embodying your desired reality by practicing. You're building that manifestation muscle. So belief, emotion, action, reality. When you feel those negative emotion, guys, it's misaligned belief. You are naturally, you are high vibration being. Everything less than that, it's like it's from collective consciousness, or you pick that up from somewhere else. So everything that's not feeling aligned, it's something that's not you. You have to drop and let go of that. So positive emotion is aligned belief. Emotion is guidance. It's not punishment. It's telling you what you hold within yourself. It's letting you know and knocking on your door of subconscious mind, letting you know this is something that you hold upon yourself, that you don't prefer. This is something that you are not. It's your higher self. It's your soul, however you want to call it, telling you you're holding and you're bringing the baggage that's not even yours, unfortunately. So emotion is guidance. It's not punishment. It's audit. You have to audit your state anytime. You have to control. You have to regulate yourself. You have to shift beliefs to change your reality, guys. So everything is experienced. Everything experienced is essentially a projection of your inner state, and projection of your perception. So metaphysics plus neuroscience plus conscious observations are helping you to control panel for your life. I'm really trying to get those things simple. I was trying to conceptualize all of those things before thinking about filming this video, and I don't even have any scripts for this. I just wrote some good things that I'll brainstorm with you in a few minutes. Just I wanted to tell you some cool things before jumping on this, like something that I was thinking about jumping in this video. So I wrote about 9 principles that I hold myself off, which is like basic self-development. But after we jump off that, I want to just show you that you have to prioritize your health in order to be high vibrational being. You are high vibrational being, I said it earlier, but in order to keep your and to solidify what you actually are, to not fall for distractions, to not fall for your lower ego mind identity games, right? So take control over your future. Be consistent. Don't react. Receive, believe, understand, and decide. Forgive, accept, be, do, have. Quit procrastination, guys. Craft a complete vision. Set goals. Or because your mind is projecting new ideas for you to actually understand the way that you operate and that you perceive certain goals, and you, by rewriting and realigning your goals, you can get a lot better intention towards them. So taking massive action, choosing to play, looking at as adventure, because journey is destination, guys. Speaking from your identity, creating it, mastering it. So one of the reasons, I think, maybe because I still am not that fully in YouTube videos, I'm still practicing it very, very much. But if I'm pivoting too much, please let me know if I'm pivoting, okay? So your values and your visions are basically your authentic purpose, and you have to hold upon it. You have to understand what you value. You have to understand how to create visions in your mind, guys. So reality is composed of beliefs, thoughts, feelings, perspectives, and self-image. If you don't identify beliefs, if you don't understand what beliefs are, it's basically repetitive thoughts that solidified because your attention. So reality equals energy. Energy is basically your input of actions, right? So times A and A, which is basically awareness and attention. Now I wanna elaborate on that a little bit more, because where intention goes, there energy flows. We know all of that. So when you internally shift, this is by neural knowledge, by the way, to a degree to which you are no longer emotionally dependent upon seeing a reality change, now that's manifestation. And why I'm saying that is because it's important to know how to maneuver through awareness and attention. Times paradigm. So this is formula of reality, times paradigm. So your paradigms is basically the story that you are telling yourself. Ask yourself what story you are telling yourself. You need to perpetually detect what story you are telling yourself, because story you are telling yourself, from that you'll get beliefs, you'll get ideas, you'll get thoughts, feelings, actions, and reactions, which is your reality. But your reality is basically your story that you are telling yourself perpetually, right? So you need to reaffirm that. You need to recalibrate your assumptions, emotional patterns, expectations, and perceptions. Now I could make a whole individual video for those topics, but basically those things are, this is paradigm that equals reality. Reality is state you're in, so state of consciousness, opportunities, experiences, everything that combines all of those things. Now, I don't know yet the title of this video, but I wrote the circle of polarities, of frequency and vibrations. And here on the left, we have love, passion, direction, abundance, peace, freedom, results, flow, ease, presence, acceptance, momentum, excitement, goals. When you act in your highest excitement without expectation of the outcome, you can't experience love and fear at the same time. It's literally polarity. So doubt, fear, resistance, grief, anxiety, jealousy, frustration, lack of love. It's good to react in the way that you are digging it out a little bit and figuring out, okay, I have belief that there's a people that have belief that they think that they need to feel certain things in order to, feel to heal is a fact. But if you constantly identify yourself with emotions that you don't prefer, you're telling universe and you are telling your subconscious mind, oh, I like this state of consciousness. I want to multiply this. So it's okay to get aware of it. It's okay to manage it the way that you think you have to manage. But if you stay long in that state, you multiply it, guys. I know people that stay there for 30, 40 years in those states. They became not just state, they became identity, because that paradigm created actions, that it created assumptions, emotional patterns, expectations, perceptions, and indeed your reality, guys. So being aware of those things, stepping in the version of you who already has what you desire, will help you to not react to those faulty beliefs. So faulty beliefs are something that's not you. It's here. Of course, we came here, we reincarnated here, if you want to look at it that way, the physical action, to do in the physical reality, to do physical actions, right? That's also something that my mentor says all the time, because by that perspective, he's bringing that excitement to act on things, to actually be and move that energy through your body. So stepping in the version of you who has already what you desire. What I mean by that, it's like believing, it's having beliefs, it's having thoughts, feelings, perspective, self-image that guy has. It's believing, it's seeing. No, it's seeing and then believing. So it's opposite. Be, do, have, guys. Be, do, have. So getting clear on goal. It can be body, career, it can be abundance, it can be relationships. This is not, if you look at it as a far or distant or hard, universe will say yes. That's something that I struggled with for so long, thinking that if I look at it as the whole hustle and grind culture is bringing those topics up here to like make it hard, make it it's good to understand that you have to work for something. It's, if it's hard, it's worth it, of course, but if you look at it at hard, you'll perpetually set yourself after yourself. What I mean by that, you won't acknowledge your power. You'll put something externally being superior over you, you know? So it's not hard, it's not distant, it's not over there. Manifestation is revelation. So when you match frequency of what you desire, you immediately, like creation is done. When you match that frequency, you immediately start with thoughts, feelings, perspective, self-image, and beliefs of that identity that has that desire. And after it, with that energy, with that awareness and attention, with that paradigm that you create over time, which isn't also science says that like it takes around 20 days to reprogram your nervous system and to fully reaffirm and reprogram as well your subconscious mind. And when you embody that thinking, that actions, that feelings, that lens of reality, you go back to that I amness, because you get that unlimited feeling that you are unlimited eternal being that you are, which you are. So minimizing isn't disappearing. When you minimize those triggers, when you minimize fear, resistance, grief, anxiety, when you push it away, it comes back because you're pushing it away. So it's sinking even more in your subconscious mind. It's very important, guys, that you realize your desires literally reveal your insecurities. You have to use it. So activity, thought, and emotion. So I have also some games that I wrote down over this week about overall manifestation, about overall assumption, law of attraction, however you want to call it, to live more fulfilled life. So select that fucking desire, project it, expect it, and then collect it. So story, mindset, identity, thoughts, action. That's the way it goes. And I love to say myself, I love to affirm, I break the repetitive cycles easily by changing the resonance and concentration level of those things, which is basically what I spoke about as reality equals energy times 8, which is awareness and attention times paradigms equals reality. I love to assume, I love repetitive affirmation over something that you get triggered by. For example, when you get those low frequency states, when you get triggered, when you get obsessed, frustrated, and if you make affirmations of those things, because they are just reflecting what you still hold upon yourself as a belief, because you're experiencing that way, and by experiencing that that day, that feeling, that day you have to stop and immediately write affirmations that contradict those things to reprogram yourself. So there's so many things I love to write about daily thoughts, daily feelings, daily affirmations, things that I am understanding, things that I am learning. And I love to understand how actually things work, right? And for the end of this video, I want to say your projection is always a reflection of your perception, and your perception always will be reflected in your projection. So if you feel inferior to others, to the feelings, to triggers, to states, adversity, circumstances, that all frequency, you're giving it power, you're externalizing something over yourself. And remember, universe is saying yes to everything. Universe is supporting you in everything, whether it's how you perceive it, negative or positive. It's saying yes to you. So if you are saying if you are thinking, but you are basically saying that you are not ready, not enough, that you are not what you think you are, that's away from you, that's hard, you're basically just giving the universe permission to say yes to that by you saying yes to that. So take care about those things. I hope I wasn't complicated. I hope you guys can get something valuable of this in terms of new ways of understanding. I think I brought something that usually manifestation coaches aren't bringing that much. They're all speaking about bringing something to you that you don't already have. But I actually truly believe, I genuinely know that manifestation is not getting something to you that you don't already have. It's revealing what you have by matching its frequency. And I love that concept so much. And I believe you of that. So let's go, guys.